We're now going to be hearing from a man who's done years of market research and found that a growing number of consumers are becoming 혼놀족. And that's why he's built his empire off of customers who want to enjoy good food alone. It's Park Yo-ha, CEO of Lanchester Group and the creator of 싸움의고수, a pork dish franchise restaurant specifically for individual customers. Welcome, Yo-ha.
Good morning. I'm very pleased to be here.
All right, Yo-ha. So first, tell us about your business model and how you launched it in the first place. And what did you find out after pouring hours and hours into your market research?
Basically, we are doing a restaurant franchise business, and then we run a little over 130 stores nationwide.
Wow.
And when I first started this business, I think it was 2014, when the culture of eating alone was not quite prevalent in Korea. I was a college student. And well, from the beginning of my college years, I'd always been searching for some good business opportunities. And in 2013, I was literally browsing the internet, and I found an interesting article that said that the demographics of Korea had been changing so fast. And the major change was the rise of the single household.
Sure.
So at that moment, I realized it would be a good economic opportunity to start any kind of business along with that trend. And for 보쌈, which is our signature menu, it has been loved and consumed by majority of Korean people for a long time. But by the time I started this business, it wasn't served for one person.
Yeah.
You could only enjoy it with a group of people. So that's the way it was traditionally loved and consumed. So I thought it was a huge pain point in the market, and I thought that people would love it if I started providing this dish for like the lone diners and single household as well.
I see.
So since the start, our business has grown along with the rise of the number of single household and the people who love eating and doing things alone. That's how it all started.
Yes. Let me ask you about your customer base as well. What are some main traits of, I guess, what we were talking about, 혼놀족, or your customers that come to eat alone? What are they looking for in a restaurant like yours?
Oh, definitely they want a single menu for one person. Even though most of the traditional Korean dishes are still for group customers, but they want them to be split for one serving so that they can enjoy it without the distraction of others. So I think the younger you are, the more likely you'd become a 혼밥로, as you said. 10 years ago, for example, back in my college days, if students had found one of their friends just eating at a cafeteria alone, then it was quite natural for them to ask questions like, "Hey, why are you eating alone?"
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
don't you have any friends to have lunch with? But now, people in their 20s, the young generation, they think it's natural to eat alone.
Yeah,
so I think it's not just about eating alone. They drink alone, they work alone, they even choose to live alone, perhaps without getting married.
Yeah.
So I think this type of new lifestyle has become very common for a lot of young generation. And I think it has a lot to do with the recent trend of individualization of Korean society.
Definitely.
So the culture of eating alone is not everything. It's just the small part of this huge trend.
Right.
Right. And just quickly, Yo-ha, with more and more people becoming 혼놀족, what do you think businesses need to keep in mind? How would you like to see infrastructure change and accommodate their needs?
Well, first of all, I'm doing a business in the private sector. So when it comes to infrastructure, I'll say I cannot make any suggestions from the perspectives of the public sector. But from the business point of view, I think there are certain things that can be applied regardless of what kind of business you are doing. Like, as you said, they are 혼놀족. So if you said, they are 혼놀족 because they want their own space and a time.
Yes.
So if you set your target customers as them, then I think you always have to keep in mind that you provide them with their own space, whether
Definitely.
like real physical space or like a time or product or whatever. Make sure you make them feel like comfortable while being alone.
Yes.
And like even beyond that, if you can make them feel proud of the fact that they are enjoying their own time, they're enjoying time alone, I
Right.
think you will surely be able to satisfy them. And that's one thing that I always try
Individualized
to.
products would be ideal.
Right, make them enjoy their quality time even though they're alone. Thank you so much, Yuha. It was a
Thank
pleasure
you,
to have
Yuha.
you here.
There you are.
My pleasure. Thank you.